Obviously, CJ is a 4-3 guy, 4-2 guy. It might be a 4-1. 4 capacity. So, well, there you go. You have 2 4-3 guys. Let's just say that's like it's not a threat. It's not intimidation. You know, because when you have 11 guys on the same page, what you're doing is you're canceling out all the doors possible. And closing all. In other words, when you have a defense that's a synchronized defense, everybody's where they're supposed to be at, you have nowhere to go. And that's the key to winning ball games. Exactly. You make a mistake. See, a mistake can cost you. One mistake can cost you a lifetime. It can cost you a touchdown.
Hey, Willie, you got 8 home games this year. I mean, you came back after you saw that. After you saw your stock in the NFL, you came back and you saw a schedule. You got 8 home games. Does that excite you, not just because it's 8 home games in your senior year, but because of how well y'all finished last year? I mean, what the expectations are. Does that excite you with 8 home games and the possibilities this year?
Yes, it really has. It's exciting to know that we have 8 home games. I mean, that's allowing our fans to be there. You know, we'll be very accustomed to one another by the time mid-season rolls around. We're looking forward to it. It's a game that, I mean, it's 8 home games. Obviously, when you're on your territory, you're a lot more comfortable. You know, you got your fans rooting for you. You have the upper hand usually. You know, so. I'm excited about it. I really am.
I had a question. You know that they cut down the dome at Carter Finley. Have you played on that? I mean, at Carter Finley since it's been removed.
The new. Nah, no one has even touched that field yet.
But I mean, your practice fields are flat, just like Carter Finley's gonna be or is now, right?
Our practice field is. It's for the most part it's identical just about.
What does that do to you game time now that you go from the flat practice field to the flat Carter Finley? What does that do? How does that change what you do?
Me personally, I never really noticed that because our opponents aren't playing on it, and I don't really think about it when it's game time. All I see is a block ass white lines, vertical lateral. That's all you really see. I'm so zoned out on what needs to be done and not so much about like the field and stuff. Don't get me wrong, I noticed this field.
Yeah.
I noticed this field. Turf around the edges all the way around the side, and the field to be actual grass. So I do know that it's a flatter surface, and all the guys are obviously looking forward to even just walking on the field right now. Yeah.
Well, last one, real fast. I mean, this is your last year, last time to kind of submit your name in NC State's legacy. So when you hear, Mario Williams and Manny Lawson and ends like that, guys who, tutored you, I guess, for a year or so, and then you hear Willie Young. I mean, in that mix with all of them, what do you think about? Does that give you some motivation going into this year?
A lot of motivation. It really tickles me just to hear my name in the same sentence as NFL potential or NFL prospect. Having watched those guys, and I know what it's going to take to get into that Mario Williams and Carl Reed status. It's going to take a 14 plus season, sack, at least 14 plus. I think Mario set the record 3. I've been, I think I almost had that record a few times.
Yeah.
Carolina, Virginia, I know I almost had it. It was just like I'm hitting it's just like it just deflates the pass, basically what it does. And it's just like, I mean, the lift up of your eyelashes is what I missed about it. And I must have hit him about 5 or 6 times. I think Mario said it at 4.5, it might have been. I've been trying to get it ever since, man. And you know, it's gonna take, if it's gonna be done, it'll be this year.
Yeah.
You know, because when you have a productive offense, you're putting your opponent's offense in a situation to where they have to throw the ball. Well, we hadn't been in that situation for the last since Mario left.
That's true.
Putting offenses in situations to where they have to throw the ball at the beginning of the third quarter really tells you pin your ears back and go get the ball, go get the quarterback. Because you know they're not about to, you know for a fact they aren't about to run the ball. So when you increase the passes by 15-20, you're increasing your chances by like, I don't know, you're increasing it a lot, you know. So that's 10 or 15 more attempts that you have to set up a pass rush, as opposed to in the fourth quarter, previous years, you have to worry about play action. You still got to worry about the run because the score is so close. You know, you can't predict what an offense is about to do, but having put points on the board, having the defense stopping them in that first half, you know, most teams take their starters out in the fourth quarter. So, I mean, there's no point in leaving them in there and risking injury. So, last year, you know, we had a few games that we did jump up and took out the season. Well, hopefully this year we can get points on the board early on, put opponents in a situation to do nothing but throw the ball, and now we know right now they aren't throwing it. Pin your ears back and go, and that really has a lot to do with production.
Assuming you guys win your division this year, who do you think will finish second?
It's hard to say. You talk about the ACC again. You know, it's ups and downs all the way through the season, through the entire season. So if I had to guess somebody, I don't even know who I would guess, because it's just I wouldn't even put ourselves in the first 1 or 2 right now, or third or fourth. I wouldn't even do it because I couldn't, just because of the caliber conference that we're in, and it's just a tough conference. The ACC is the toughest conference that I feel, you know, around.
You think the fact you guys put 10, had 10 teams that were bowl eligible last year speaks to how good the conference is? Some people say it's just it's a lot of mediocrity. There's no, you know, nobody's the best in the country. How would you view that?
I think we put like what, 34 teams in the ACC is like 34 teams in bowl games over the last what?
Yeah, the commissioner said last 4 years.
Last 4 years. How do you guys feel about? So we lead in that. We're first in that. So I don't know. It's the ACC is just all around, all-purpose type of deal, you know, and I don't know, it's just tough to say.
You guys have had Carolina's number the last few years, but what is your perception of what they are building under Butch Davis?
I don't know anything about those guys over there. I don't know nothing about them, for real. I just know that, you know, we come out and play once a year and try to tear each other's head off with no sympathy. And other than that, it's balls to the walls for you, you know. Best team, whoever shows up, win the game.
You don't have an eye on what's going on over in Chatham, maybe just every once in a while?
Nah, never even.
You guys are going through some adjustments in the program because of a coaching change. How do you think the program has changed since Coach O'Brien got there?
I don't know. It's, you know, it's, you hear this and you hear that. You know, we wasn't a disciplined team, you know, back in